In this video, we'll explain you what are US Treasuries, how they connected to Bitcoin, and why the US economy will inevitably crash based on this video from Jerome Powell 2011. And we will watch also Bitcoin, what is happening here, because not only Bitcoin we see bouncing on the daily support, but we see also Ethereum is about to break on this Bitcoin Ethereum chart. And will Ethereum outperform Bitcoin? This is what we will speak. Hit the like button, bratans. I want that we reach 500 likes. It would be amazing. Let's start. I will explain you for a kindergarten baby what are this fucking US bonds. We have Max and we have Peter. They live together. They spend all their money and they're now saying, oh fuck. And Max is saying, let us spend instead of $1,000, which we spent already, let us spend $2,000, increase our debt thing so we can spend another $1,000, right? But Peter has to agree, and as soon as Peter agree with Max that they will spend another $1,000, they need right now only to get from somebody this $1,000. Exactly this what happened in the US. The Democrats are going to the Republicans and saying, we spent all our money, let's increase our debt so we can spend even more money. As soon as they agree how much money they will spend more, they have only to find from who are they getting this money. So Max and Peter agreed that they will spend another $1,000, but they don't have the $1,000. So they have to get a loan from somebody. In order to get this $1,000, they're going to their friend Bob and saying, Bob, if you give us $1,000, we give you within a year 5% on your $1,000 if you give us the loan. And this is the same what happening in the US. This is what called US bonds or US Treasuries. So they agreed they want to spend $1,000 more in a year, and they're going to China, to all these countries and saying, bro, if you lend us $1,000, we give you 5% on this $1,000, right? And if Bob or China or some other countries say, no, we will not give you this $1,000, then what they say, bro, okay, we give you 7% on this $1,000. They're increasing the interest rates so long until they're getting the loan of $1,000. So if Bob, China, Europe, I don't know, give Max and Peter, so the US, $1,000, what he gets a fucking paper which called a bond, on which is written that Max and Peter have to give Bob back $1,000 plus 5%, for example, right? So this is the US is lending money from Europe, from Germany, I know, from somebody. Bob giving US $1,000, and Bob is getting a fucking paper which is called a bond, which is written he get $1,000 plus 5%. This fucking paper called a bond. Basically a paper where it's written, you owe me money plus the percentage which we agreed on. And this is the percentage which we spoke about. So 3.66% they give you right now if you borrow the US money. This is called 10-year US Treasury, for example. And you see, the higher the percentage are going, the more they are sucking to get the money from you. Because if the percentage is very low, like it was here, 0.7%, it means a lot of people borrowed the US money. But if nobody want to borrow the US money, the percentage is going up. It was around 4% in October 2022, because it means nobody wanted to borrow the US money. So the higher the percentage, the less people want to borrow money for the US. With this knowledge, let us watch the video from Jerome Powell from 2011. This is before he was chairman of the Federal Reserve. He is right now the chairman of the Federal Reserve, and he's in charge. He can say the interest rates are going higher. It means he crashed the market, or the interest rates going lower, and the market, the economy is start to working. With this knowledge, if you didn't understand, watch from the start. With this knowledge, let us watch the video from 2011 where he was not the chairman of the Fed. Let us watch what he said about the big economy, about this fucking bonds, and about the big economy.
So bad economic news drives people out of stocks and into bonds. And when people go into bonds, they bid up the price of bonds, and that bids down the interest rate that the government is required to pay. So that's what's happening now. We had bad economic news last week.
As soon as they're coming bad news regarding the economy, the money which is all into stocks is going outside of the stocks into the bonds, because they are like safe. Because it's like, if you lend me money, I mean, you get it maybe with a 10% probability, but if you lend US money, then you get it with the probability of 99% because you don't think that the US could default, right? So therefore, what he will do, because he's right now in the power, he can either raise the interest rates even more to crash the economy more so that the S&P fund, Nasdaq going down, so that the people going out of the stocks and going into the bonds, because they right now, yesterday, they raised the debt ceiling, so they need money. They agreed, like Max and Peter, they agreed, hey, yes, we will spend more money. Let's spend $1,000 more, which we not even have. And now they have to get the money from somehow. So they get the money from you, from institutions, from countries, and how they can get the money. If they increase the percentage, so the percentage on your money which they promise to give you back, and if they crash the market, because if the S&P funded all the markets crashing, nobody wants to be in the stocks, so the people will sell the stocks and buy instead the bonds which promise you 5 or 6% per year. You understand what I'm speaking about? Or they try to crash the Europe economy. You see what a surprise. We see news. Does Europe need to declare a wartime economy? Factory takeovers, price controls, food ration. If the Europe economy is starting right now to crash, where is the money all going? All the money is going into bonds. You understand how the US makes money? This is what you have to understand. So the US is in the interest of the US is right now to get money, and they get money through this bonds, through this US Treasuries, and they can get only this money if they start further crashing the economy in order to get the money from the institutions, from the companies, from the countries, from the people. It perfectly matches with our theory that Bitcoin will crash one more time within this year before we are going into the bull market. The bull market will start for sure with the Bitcoin halving. This is the green field. So usually in the past, what we saw a dump, we saw a pump, then we saw another dump, and then the bull market started. Right now we saw here only the relief rally to the upside. It perfectly fits in this theory that we will see the market one more time crashing. Only nobody knows how low we will go and how high this relief rally will go. Has the relief rally come to an end, or will we see some more upside to 35K or even 50K, some people speaking 60K about, before we see the crash, right? This is the question right now. We're starting with the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. We see right now Ethereum is trying to break out of this massive resistance line since August 2022, so 1 year resistance line. In case we're breaking this to the upside, this line, then we could expect that Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin. In the immediate short term, we saw yesterday a bounce of Bitcoin on the daily support line. Why we saw it? It perfectly matched with the DXY, the dollar, because we had here a massive resistance field, this red resistance field. We got rejected yesterday, as I showed you in the video. We saw the dollar dumping and we saw Bitcoin pumping, right? So what is important here to watch on the DXY right now is, will we further dump to the downside? And what is much more important, will we break here this white support line? In case we are breaking this white support line, which we retested it so often, in case we are breaking this down, this will be so bullish for Bitcoin. And then we for sure know that the relief rally continues to the upside. But the dump we will see, the dump will happen inevitably because of the big perspective which I showed you from Jerome Powell, who himself saying this 2011. He didn't change. It was a real neutral, dry perspective on the global economy, how the global economy is working. Another chart which we have to watch for the immediate short term is that we broke down this support line from on the Bitcoin chart, and we're retesting it right now. So in case we are closing again below this support line, this will be very bearish for Bitcoin. We would see Bitcoin further dumping down to our monthly support line at around 25K. However, watch out, we could dump even further down to around 20K because the CME gap here at around 21K is still not filled right now. So watch out for this. Also, we see here on the Bitcoin dominance chart, we are getting here rejected. It perfectly speaks here for breakout of Ethereum, because if the Bitcoin dominance, on the Bitcoin dominance chart, we see Bitcoin dumping, we see usually altcoins are running to the upside. So in case we are breaking this resistance line to the upside, we will see Bitcoin outperforming altcoins. In case we are getting here rejected, we see altcoins outperforming Bitcoin. So it could mean that Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin in the immediate short term. And what speaks for this, that Bitcoin will outperform in the immediate short, Ethereum will outperform the immediate short-term Bitcoin, is here you see DeFi blue chips suffer as more users stake Ethereum. And the more users are stake Ethereum, the less selling pressure is on Ethereum, which again speaks for a breakout of Ethereum from this resistance line, and which speaks for a massive price pump of Ethereum. It obviously still depends on Bitcoin on the global economy. What we see right now on the S&P 500 clearly breaking outside of this channel, which is very bullish for Bitcoin, because the S&P 500 is the leading indicator for Bitcoin. And if S&P 500 pumping, usually Bitcoin pumping, because S&P 500 is the leading indicator for Bitcoin. Also, we are watching right now Ethereum here. What is very interesting, what speaks that Ethereum also further pumping. I mean, if S&P 500 further pumping, then Bitcoin will pump, Ethereum will pump. But Ethereum probably will outperform Bitcoin because of this line. And also we see right now on the Ethereum chart right now, the MACD, here you see it very clearly, the MACD, the green line crosses the red line. And this is very bullish. If this cross is happening, it's called the golden cross, it means we will see this coin running to the upside. In this case, it's Ethereum, which we are speaking about. And Ethereum looks very healthy because we are above the monthly support line. We are above the weekly support line. We are perfectly bouncing on it. In case we are not breaking the monthly and weekly support line at around 1,850 and 1,750, we could see Ethereum clearly further running to the upside. By the way, Ethereum, if you want to long Ethereum, you can go, link is down below. You get a $3,000 long position on Bybit right now. Let us quickly go through some news. Hong Kong's finance firm First Digital launches FDUSD stablecoin, and this is very bullish because Hong Kong didn't allow that the citizens use stablecoins in order to buy cryptocurrencies, and this is very bullish. And we can see on the market capitalization of the stablecoin FDUSD, we can see how big is the interest in Hong Kong citizens to buy cryptocurrencies. Because if a lot of people in Hong Kong holding the stablecoin FDUSD, it means they are prepared to buy some altcoins or Bitcoin, right? And also maybe they watched my videos as this fucking how it called mosquitoes. We see new crypto rules suggest Hong Kong is testing ground for China, say experts. And this is what I mean. Hong Kong is looking to reposition itself as a key crypto hub in the region. And this is what I told you in the past videos, this is so big because Hong Kong is like a test drive for the whole country China. If this experiment will work out well, if they have still the control over the people, but they using this new technology, then we will see it will go all over the country, all over China, and we will see a massive inflow of money into Bitcoin, into cryptocurrencies. Apple and the metaverse, everything we know so far. Next week, they will release their new glasses, which will include some metaverse shit. And this is very bullish for the whole crypto market because obviously we are speaking who will leading the metaverse, who will be the Google of the metaverse. And right now fighting not only Apple for this new technology or new space metaverse, but also Zuckerberg unveils MetaQuest 3 VR headset days before Apple reveals its own. So it's very good because the more competitors in the market, the better the technology will be. And we don't want that one big company leading the metaverse. So it's actually good that so big companies fighting for these new technologies. It's very bullish for crypto at all because metaverse will include some cryptocurrencies, right? So we are so early right now. We see we are right now -7.27%. in 0 to 7% in June. Probably June will be also red based on the previous years, 2022, 2021, 2020. But July could be very green. We see here in the past years 16%, 18%, 24%. Next month, probably we could see a very, very green month. Let's see, bratans. Nobody knows. Let us quickly watch which coins performed very bad today, because potentially we could buy some. Escor, Emerald, I don't know what it is. Toncoin is from Telegram, a coin. I'm very bullish on this coin. However, the market cap is 2 billion. It's too big still. Hedera, yeah, I don't know so much about it. But Sui, I'm very heavily invested in Sui. I will buy even more, but it's dumped only 1.3%. But maybe I will buy more from Sui. Sui, I think this is a big project, 500 million market cap. I'm expecting this to go at least to 5 billion. So from here, 10x easy, right? Bratans, if you have any questions, write me down below. Don't forget to claim your bonus of $1,000 free long or short position on Bybit. Link is down below, Bratans. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have more questions, if you want to understand more the big economy, write me down below. What do you want to understand, Bratans? I kiss you and I see you later.